In this video, we're going to explore self-esteem, what it is, how it's created, and how you can grow your sense of self-worth. So our self-esteem is really how we feel towards ourselves. Do we feel that we have value? Do we feel we are deserving of love and care and kindness from other people, but also love, care, and kindness from ourselves? Now, there are two different types of self-esteem. There is innate self-esteem, what we get as our inherent sense of our value as we are. There's then earned self-esteem, how we grow our sense of value and self-worth by our good actions, by our achievements, by how we really interact with the world. Now, both types of self-esteem are important. It's important to have a sense that we are lovable as we are, but it's also important to have a sense that we respect ourselves for the ways that we show up in our lives. So where does self-esteem come from? Self-esteem comes from how we were related to in childhood. We all have three core emotional needs. The need for boundaries, the ability to say yes, to say no to ourselves, also to other people. The need for safety, the sense that we feel safe and held where we are. And the need for love. Not so much love for what we do, not so much that earned sense of self-esteem, but love for who we are as we are. If those core emotional needs are met in childhood, that becomes the foundation for an innate sense of self-worth. Now, if those core emotional needs were not met in the way that we needed, and that's really true for everyone to some degree, then how we build our self-esteem through our lives is we learn to meet those needs for ourselves. We learn how to regulate our nervous system. We learn how to give healthy boundaries to other people, but also to ourselves. That means stopping unhealthy habits, committing to new things that we want to do. And particularly, we learn to love ourselves where we are as we are. One of the key ways we do that is by just letting ourselves be where we are. Letting ourselves really have our feelings, our emotions. One of the things you'll see me come back to consistently in my series in therapy when I'm working with real life patients is this critical piece of letting themselves have their feelings and be where they are. So that's how innate self-esteem is created. That's how we can start to rebuild that through our lives. When it comes to building earned self-esteem, it really comes down to our day-to-day actions. Choosing to live our life in a way that we have respect for ourselves. We have respect for our choices. That means not always taking the most convenient or the easiest option, but committing to doing hard and challenging things. Now, there is a delicate balance here between trying to win love and affection from other people by what we do. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is how we feel towards ourselves. Do we recognize that in our actions, as much as we can be, we're a kind person? Do we recognize that in our actions, we're truthful and honest with ourselves? And we're truthful and honest with other people? When we act in a way that we can truly be proud of, that helps us grow our sense of self-worth and our sense of self-esteem. I think one of the things that's really important to remember is self-esteem is not something which is fixed. It's not like you just have the experiences that you have in childhood in your life and then that is your self-esteem. We can change how we feel about ourselves. We can change how we relate to ourselves, but it's a practice. And it's a recognition that We are lovable as we are, and we need to choose to live our life in such a way that we truly feel proud, respectful, caring towards ourselves. If you want to understand more about self-esteem and particularly the relationship to the 3 core emotional needs, do check out my book, It's Not Your Fault: Why Childhood Trauma Shapes You and How to Break Free. I really break down how our sense of self is set up by our experiences in childhood, but also help you map the pathway to change and to healing. Let me know in the comments below this video what's resonated here for you. What's your current sense of self-esteem? What have you found has helped build your sense of self-worth? And thank you for watching. I hope this video has been helpful.